From the defense ministers' fiery exchanges in Qingdao to the carefully worded foreign ministers' meeting in Tianjin, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization has once again brought Eurasia's rival powers under one roof. In today's episode of TAC Xplained, we dive into the SCO, its unique role, and why this regional bloc matters in a shifting world order. The SCO, established in 2001 in Shanghai, currently headquartered in Beijing, evolved from the 1996 Shanghai Five. Its founding members included China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan, with Uzbekistan joining in 2001, India and Pakistan in 2017, Iran in 2023, and Belarus in 2024. This organization is the world's largest regional coalition by land area and population, covering 24% of the world's landmass and 42% of its people, surpassing organizations like the European Union and ASEAN. It also accounts for about 23% of the global GDP nominally and 36% in purchasing power parity or PPP terms, making it an economic heavyweight alongside its security focus. Why was the SCO established? It was primarily formed to address regional security concerns, focusing on the three evils of terrorism, extremism, and separatism. But in a world dominated by Western alliances like the NATO and Quad, this organization also aimed to create non-Western security structures and economic frameworks among its member states, led by China and Russia. Now, given the vast expanse of this organization, as stated earlier, it is not only a security alliance but also a significant economic and geopolitical entity, positioning itself as a Eurasian counterweight to the Western blocs. Organizationally, the SCO has several decision-making bodies. The Heads of State Council, which is the supreme decision-making body, which meets annually. The Head of Government Council, which focuses on the economic strategies and budget approvals. The Council of Foreign Ministers, which meets to set policy directions. However, a vital or the most important component of the SCO is the Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, or known as RATS. Headquartered in Tashkent in Uzbekistan, RATS has played a key role in facilitating anti-terror operations, intelligence sharing, and capacity building among member states. On December 15, 2023, RATS supported a joint anti-terrorism exercise in New Delhi hosted by India. Competent authorities from the SCO member states collaborated to detect and disrupt the use of internet for terrorist, separatist, and extremist activities, focusing on digital evidence collection and protecting critical infrastructure from cyber attacks. Earlier in 2022, RATS coordinated the PUBG anti-terror joint exercise in Pakistan, where member states conducted simulated operations against terrorist infiltration and hostage situations, refining coordinated response strategies and interoperability among security agencies. Now, economically, it has launched the SCO Energy Club and has worked on connectivity frameworks, with India promoting the International North-South Transport Corridor or the INSTC and the Chabahar port in Iran, while China advances the BRI or the Belt and Road Initiative. India also leads the SCO Startup Forum to foster innovation. Now, India's role in the SCO is quite unique, as the only member actively engaged with Western alliances like the Quad and I2U2, while also participating in BRICS and the SCO. In 2025, the Foreign Ministers meeting in Tianjin, China, became significant for being the first major multilateral forum after the India-China Galwan clash. This was a pretty major clash. During this meeting, India reiterated its strong stance on cross-border terrorism, an indirect but pointed message to Pakistan. It called for strengthening RATS with robust cyber terror and intelligence sharing frameworks. On connectivity, India opposed the BRI, particularly the CPEC or the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, passing through Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, reiterating its sovereignty and territorial integrity concerns. Instead, India pitched the INSTC and Chabahar port as alternatives for Eurasian connectivity, emphasizing its civilizational and energy ties with Central Asia. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar's recent meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping in July 2025 marked the first high-level contact since the Galwan clash and was a critical diplomatic milestone. During this meeting, Jaishankar conveyed India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's message to Xi, underlining India's consistent call for de-escalation and restoration of the status quo ante at the LAC. Both leaders reaffirmed the need for major high-level dialogue to manage differences and avoid disputes turning into conflicts. Jaishankar emphasized peace and tranquility on the border as the foundation of trust and cooperation, while Xi expressed willingness to work with India for regional stability, echoing Jaishankar's call for mutual respect and territorial integrity. It is important to note that this foreign ministers' meeting in Tianjin was actually preceded by the Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's visit to Qingdao in April 26, 2025 for the SCO Defence Ministers meeting, marking a significant moment in India's calibrated diplomatic outreach toward China and the border regions. The visit signaled New Delhi's intent to stabilize and manage its complex relationship with Beijing through institutional dialogue without compromising on core national interests, particularly sovereignty and territorial integrity. However, in a notable move during this meeting, Rajnath Singh deliberately refrained from signing the joint communique on counter-terrorism as it failed to mention the brutal terrorist attack in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir that had occurred just days earlier, underscoring India's strong message against selective silence and double standards on terrorism within multilateral platforms. Thus, while the SCO has facilitated regional counter-terror operations, dialogue mechanisms, and stability in Eurasia, it still faces limitations due to its divergent members' interests, particularly on border disputes and terrorism definitions, limited economic integration compared to the ASEAN, and implementation challenges, struggling to enforce collective action on critical issues. Nonetheless, the SCO remains a crucial platform reflecting the evolving Eurasian power balance and multipolarity. As the SCO expands, its geopolitical and economic relevance will persist. However, its effectiveness will depend on its ability to manage these internal contradictions while advancing the shared vision for regional stability, economic cooperation, and collective security. For now, this is it. This is Garima, and you are watching the Asian Chronicle.